Namaste everyone. Few lines I am reading from book At the Feet of the Master. What is one-pointedness? The one thing that you must set before you is to do the master's work. Whatever else may come in your way to do, that at least you must never forget. Yet nothing else can come in your way, for all helpful, unselfish work is the master's work, and you must do it for his sake. And you must give all your attention to each piece as you do it, so that it may be your very best. The same teacher also wrote, "Whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto man." Think how you would do a piece of work if you knew that the master was coming at once to look at it. Just in that way, you must do all your work. You must trust your master. You must trust yourself. If you have seen the master, you will trust him to the uttermost through many lives and deaths. If you have not yet seen him, you must still try to realize him and trust him, because if you do not, even he cannot help you. Unless there is a perfect trust, there cannot be the perfect flow of love and power. You must trust yourself. You say you know yourself too well. If you feel so, you do not know yourself. You know only the weak outer husk, which has fallen often into the mire. But you, the real you are a spark of God's own fire, and God, who is Almighty, is in you. And because of that, there is nothing that you cannot do if you will. Say to yourself, what a man has done, man can do. I am a man, yet also God in man. I can do this thing, and I will. For your will must be like tempered steel if you would tread the path. Because you try to take up higher work, you must not forget your ordinary duties, for until they are done, you are not free for other service. You should undertake no new worldly duties, but those which you have already taken upon you. You must perfectly fulfill all clear and reasonable duties which you yourself recognize, that is, not imaginary duties which others try to impose upon you. If you are to be his, you must do ordinary work better than others, not worse, because you must do that also for his sake. Hold back your mind from pride, for pride comes only from ignorance. The man who does not know thinks that he is great, that he has done this or that great thing. The wise man knows that only God is great, that all good work is done by God alone. Try to see what is worth doing, and remember that you must not judge by the size of the thing. A small thing which is directly useful in the master's work is far better worth doing than a large thing which the world would call good. You must distinguish not only the useful from the useless, but the more useful from the less useful.